everyone. We're back. Gina and I are back for this bonus session. We've got some really fun stuff we're going to be talking about today. But anyway, let me know who's here. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know how your day's going. I would love to know. Did any of you join me or have watched the replay for the session that I came and did yesterday? I had so much fun with you guys. It was really lovely to spend some time with you and to talk all about mindset and my biggest fears and vulnerabilities when it comes to selling packages and doing that visualization. It was so much fun, so I hope you enjoyed it if you have watched it, and if not, then definitely go and check it out. Today we're talking about money blocks and decision making, which is two really powerful topics, and Gina is here and we're going to have so much fun on this. Hi Gina.
Hey Carrie, hey everyone, so good to be here with you all. And yes, you had like a double packed power bundle yesterday with Carrie coming in, and then who all saw the little bit of a Facebook Live that I did with Mary Claire and Kate Taylor, where you saw an esthetician and a fashion stylist talk about how they started with next to nothing and didn't think that packages were for them, or didn't think their profession did packages, and look at them now. Who caught a glimpse of that? I want to see it in the chat. What did you learn? And if you haven't, you have that video to go look forward to. Today, yes, I think that, let's see, where do we want to begin? I think I'm going to start with money, because I think, money is one of the biggest stories on the planet, and it's a really big story with women, and it was one of my biggest stories until I was able to transform it. And I feel like one of the gifts that I can give in the world at this point is basically my reason for living is to help women like you transform your money story, and to understand that the level of bondage that women live in over trying to survive on such small amounts of money, it gets to end. It gets to end with you, and it is absolutely possible. And I know it can be so mysterious because it's like this thing that's out there. At least that's how it felt to me. It felt so incomprehensible. Like I just wanted someone to tell me what to do to make the money. Is that how any of you are feeling? I want to make this really interactive here. We don't have, or at least I don't have the full hour today. So I want to make sure that I'm really diving in and serving you with the best of my ability. So let me know what's coming up for you around your money story. Is it stuff about worthiness? Is it stuff about that you don't believe that it's there for you? That you have to do things that you hate for it? I basically had all of these. Like I just didn't feel like I deserved to make a lot of money. And in that, I kind of by definition, now this was totally unconscious, I basically said, I'm available to live my life in financial struggle. Like I didn't realize that's what I was saying, but that's what happens when any woman declares on some level that she's not worthy of making more money. So let's see what's going on. Stephanie saying, yes, I want someone to tell me. Yes, that's me, belief in myself, says Marquita. My story is that only men make the money and only snobby people have money. Got you, Jamie. Well, I'm definitely not a man, and neither is Carrie, and I don't think either of us are snobby, but I get that that's so much of like what we have been taught and trained. I don't make enough, even though I do love my job. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck, says Justina. Okay, so, and this is where the money thing and the decision piece is definitely linked. Let me think. What do you think well, let me ask you this. I'm just going to are you available for the breakthrough with money? I want to see, are you available to have a different relationship with money than you currently have? I want to see it in the chat. Because some people are really attached to their stories. Some people are really attached to being right about it's not okay to make more money, that it's for other people, or whatever the story is. And I want to give you free will. You get to have whatever beliefs you want about money. But I am here, and this perfectly packaged program is here only for the woman who says, I am doing whatever it takes to transform my money story. because only from that place will any of it matter. Unless you are like just completely all in, like I want to see specifically in the chat, are you done with the money struggle? Are you 100% committed to transforming your money story? Are you on the fence? Are you committed to not having more money? Like, I don't have a judgment around any of it, because I know everyone has their own destiny, and that's between you and spirit and the universe. I know what my purpose is, and I know that my purpose is to share my experience, strength, and hope, share the message of truth for people who are willing to not just hear it, but actually take the action. So let's see. Jillian says, I'm so available for a breakthrough with money. Rafaela says, I'm so available. That's why I've been showing up 110% and saying yes. Tanaz says, I'm all in. I don't want the story that my father's actions taught me about rich people. I'm 100% available and committed, says Tiffany. Okay, we're done, all in, all in. So if that is true, we're about to find that out, because from the place of all in, from the place of the must that we've talked about, you're going to be presented with opportunities to actually show yourself that these words are true and not a fantasy. And you know, you heard my story. I didn't know what was around the corner, but when I got to that place within myself of I am no longer struggling again financially, I didn't know how. I had $60 in my bank account, ruined credit, $75,000 in debt. The universe will give you an opportunity to see if you are actually telling yourself the truth. And that opportunity came for me with a $17,000 option / commitment / decision. Okay, you've been presented with the opportunity of at $289 a month, and you have been presented with, even if you don't know what your package is, here's what you have been, this is the information that's been shared with you. There's a package in every woman, right? Did you get that? Like there is a package in every woman. If you are interested in offering a service in the world, I will show you how to create a package. So everyone write that down. There is a package in every woman, even if you don't know what, even if you don't know how, even if you don't know the price. All of that is my job. Your job is to say yes, and you've got to believe on some level. You know, in the Bible, it talks about if you have faith the size of a mustard seed. Most spiritual principles will talk about you've got to have a little bit of faith. Oh, we're seeing some lights there, okay? So if you have made the decision that ending your money story is a must, if you've already been presented with the opportunity, you've now got to believe, even if you don't know how. Faith is the evidence of things not seen. This is where faith comes in. You have to believe that you don't have to believe. You have a choice to believe that there is a package in every woman. You have a choice to trust me that I've been doing this work for 20 years, and I have worked with any woman who has an interest in offering a service. This is not for everyone. This is not for a tangible product in and of itself, okay? There is a package in every woman, I'm telling you the truth. And the process of this program, it's like that chiseling on that block of marble, where we refine and we get to know you more, and we pull out your desires and what you've overcome and what you're interested in and what you can do to be of service in the world. And it's so much simpler than your money struggle. I gotta tell you, making money is not hard, but struggling with money is. Everyone write that down. Making money is not hard, but struggling with money is. And I will meet you where you're at. I have met people, I started at $25 sessions. And if that's where we need to start with you to get you into the package, I will meet you there. But you've got to show up for yourself. You've got to be all in. You've got to be willing to end the money struggle and do whatever it takes to make whatever decision is right for you. So I'm gonna weave. Apparently, I'm gonna weave in the money story. Is this resonating with everybody here? Like everything so far? I got an amen. All right, I'll keep moving in. So, and this, everything that Carrie and I are doing here with you, this is symbolic for how you do life, right? Like for those of you that were like all in at the beginning, quick action takers, made the decision, like that's probably how you do life a lot. For those of you, and I have no judgment on this because I understand this too, for those of you that are like paralyzed in fear and you're stuck and you're like, you're in the indecision, that's probably how you do a lot of life as well. And I want to say this with so much love. Queens make great decisions for themselves. Princesses, martyrs, they're the ones that are stuck in the indecision. And so I want to help you make a great decision for yourself. And a decision is, yes, I'm joining Perfectly Packaged, or no, I'm not joining Perfectly Packaged. I don't have any judgment on your decision. I am fully here and surrendered and in service to you making an excellent decision for yourself. And so we're going to do an exercise here. So I want you to just close your eyes for those of you who are in the indecision. So what I'm doing right now isn't necessarily for everyone. This is if you are undecided. Actually, and just let me see in the chat because I want to kind of get a pulse. How many of you are undecided about joining Perfectly Packaged? And undecided means you haven't signed up yet and you haven't made the decision that it's a no yet. Okay? So if you're like, I've decided to do it, but I haven't signed up, that counts as indecision. So I want to see in the chat, how many of you here are undecided? Because I've been hearing from my amazing team leaders that there's so many really deep, juicy, interesting conversations going on in those DMs. Great, Teresa just wrote undecided. Who else wrote undecided? Because that's what I'm hearing. Yep, Jamie wrote undecided. Dawn's raising her hand, love it. I always love an emoji. You ladies are awesome. Okay. Annalise says, Tanaz, undecided. All right. So are you interested in getting to a place of decision? I mean, I presume that you are, because only from the place of decision are you going to move your life forward, whichever way the decision goes. Because once you make, all right, Stacy, yep, there's a bunch of you, Mariana, Harriet, great, awesome. Erica, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for the participation. Elaine, beautiful. So are we agreed that your life is kind of on hold when you're in the indecision? That you're like, maybe I should do it, maybe I shouldn't. Is it gonna work for me? Am I gonna make the money? Like, so do you see how you're like stuck in this place? You're stuck on the fence, which means that whatever your destiny is, in whichever direction, it can't happen because you're in this place of indecision. And like I said, probably in a lot of other areas of your life. So this exercise we're gonna work on today is gonna help you with that. So I'm also gonna imagine that if you're undecided, and if you've gone through this amazing challenge with Carrie and I, and you are still here on this live, there's something in you that is veering towards wanting to be in this program, wondering if it could work for you, possibly curious and putting a package out into the world. Otherwise, you wouldn't still be here. Is that, give me a heart emoji, something in that realm. So I want you to self-select here, because queens make great decisions for themselves. I want you to self-select. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 meaning I'm totally at the beginning stages, unclear. 10 is like, I'm ready to make a decision and take action on that decision, whatever it is. Where are you at? What number would you give yourself? Are you like a 8, a 5, 7, 4? I want to see it in the chat here. What number would you give yourself in terms of, if 10 is making a decision, where are you at? How many steps away from the decision are you? And let's see, I want to see some numbers here. So, keep my glasses on for this. So Stephanie's at an 8. Tasneem, that's a beautiful name, is at an 8. Erica's at a 5. Excellent, ladies, excellent. Tanez is at a 9. Anne is at a 7. Beautiful, beautiful. Marta's at a 10. Great, that's gonna be action taking realm. All right, so when you, just notice, how does that feel to assess where you're at? Great, we've got some 5s, 7s. How's it feel to assess, just to name it? Doesn't it feel good? It's like really grounding. Really, that's what I always find. If I'm in a place of indecision, and I do this exercise on myself as well. So I'm like, okay, where am I at with it? I got to bring it down, because when it gets all stuck in my head and I'm wondering and dreaming and afraid, that's where the indecision lies. But in the grounding, bringing it home, things get a lot easier. They get a lot more tangible. Great. Love seeing these numbers flow in. So if you're at I'm going to work with Annalise here. So if your Annalise is at a 6, okay, I want you to ask yourself, remembering that your freedom is at 10. Whatever the decision is, your freedom is at 10. So if you're at a 6, what is in between you being a 6 and you being a 10? And for those of you that are at an 8, those of you that are at a 5, what is in between you being at your number and a 10? What's in between you and your freedom? Either way, whatever the decision is. Let me start to see it in the chat here. Let me see what's in between where you're at and a 10. What would you need to see, know, feel, any of it? But I want you to be able to get to know yourself more here, because this is going to help you with all decision making moving forward. This is a life skill I'm teaching here. Okay, so Amanda, what do you mean by the fee? Tell me about that. Stephanie says, the fear of spending money that I don't have and taking it from my kids to do this. Okay, so let me work with Stephanie's. That's really clear, Stephanie. Thank you for showing up for that. Fear of spending money that I don't have and taking it from my kids to do this. So I'm going to share with you when I was, this was, I think it was before that summer. Anyways, early on. And I had gotten down to no money again, because this was a pretty chronic habit for me. And I had one credit card that had $3,000 on it and zero balance, thankfully. And a coach, an opportunity to work with a coach came up. And I was like, I can't afford, and the package was $3,000 actually. And I thought about it, because I was in the indecision. And I was like, I want to do it. I wanted, because I believed on some level my life would move forward and I would learn things, and I always loved personal development, and this was actually business coaching, and I wanted to learn about business stuff. And then I was like, but how am I going to buy groceries? How am I going to put gas in my car? This is all I have left. And then I thought about it, and I knew myself, and I knew my money struggle, and I knew how chronic it was. And I said, Gina, this money's going to go. This money, you're going to go to the grocery store and you're going to buy groceries, and you're going to put gas in your car, and you're going to pay your electric bill with this credit card and all the stuff. And it's going to go. And then when you're at zero, or when you have zero credit left on this credit card, you're still going to be the same person, which means you're still going to be broke. You're still going to be struggling financially. You're still not going to be living your life's purpose. Or you can invest in yourself. You can take a chance on you. You can put $3,000 into training you how to start making money. And I knew myself, and I said, you know what? If I could have this opportunity, I'm going to seize it. I'm going to make the most of it, and I'm going to be different as a result of signing up for this coaching program. And that's exactly what happened. I knew the money was going to go, so I might as well put it into me. And as soon as I did, something got activated. As soon as I invested that $3,000 in me, and I didn't know that this is what would happen, because, you know, when you have the faith and you take the action, it's leap, and then the net appears. So I leapt, and the net appeared, and this download came in. Well, Gina, you've just invested $3,000 in yourself. You now deserve to start charging $3,000. I was like, what? And it just became so clear. So you have no idea what taking this money, first of all, you're not taking money from your kids. Money is infinite. You invest this money in you, and they watch you educate yourself, be in a high vibe community, get the information that you need so that you never have to struggle financially again, that you get to teach them a different money story. Boom. That is life-changing. More of the same is more of the same. And I know all the times that I sat there and watched other people take the leap, other people invest, other people do the things, and I justified it. Well, it would be irresponsible of me to do that because I'm already in debt and I don't have the money. And I kept justifying my position of struggle. And I really believed it. I believed I was being responsible. It's just that nobody wealthy actually told me how to get out of the struggle. All the people I was around were also in their struggle. So they said, no, you shouldn't spend more money. How was it going to create any kind of change? So Paula just wrote, I worry that I'm not up to it, but I'm going to kick my own ass so hard. Paula, why do you think you're not up to it? Up to what? Because I'm sitting, like, I have nothing to benefit from by telling anyone anything that's not true. And if there are plenty of my programs, they're by application only, and there's all kinds of requirements you have to have. If you needed a certification, if you needed to be anyone other than you, if there was something that you needed to qualify to do this work, I'd let you know. I'd absolutely let you know, and I have programs where that is in fact the case. This one, the power in packages is that you get to be paid to be you. Literally, you get to be paid to be you. What we've talked about, I'm going to show you how to take your own story. You know, if you saw Marie Claire, she was an esthetician. She wasn't a coach. She was a single mom of a special needs kid. She had been a teenage mom, struggling financially, and I showed her how to create a package, and look at her today. Kate Taylor, fashion stylist, like was a former bartender, makeup artist, didn't just worked for people for free. I showed her how to put a package together. Aura Martinez, she was a flight attendant, had no idea what she was going to do when she got let go from her career of 15 years. You know where we started with Aura? We started with $99 packages, $99. And I told her, I said, sell this, give someone a sample of what it's like to work with you. And then we had a $1,500 package waiting. And she went and sold a couple of $99 packages, and these people loved the general life coaching she was doing with them to help them figure out what their next step was. It was that simple. It's not with all due respect to Aura, it's not a high area of expertise. It was I want to help someone find what's next for them. They had a $99 package and then moved into a $1,500 one. So I'm telling you, there is a package in every woman. So I want you to work with your amazing team leaders, for those of you who have put the number down, and work with them to see what's in between your number and making that decision. Carrie, so good to see you. Welcome
Hi.
back. What do you have to say about all this goodness?
Well, there's lots of things. I mean, I totally agree with you. I feel like you just said something really powerful about how we can so often just stay stuck justifying our struggles and justifying why we can't have something, why something won't work for us, why it is the way it is, and that's the way it is, and there's no other way, literally, until we break free of it and realize that that isn't the case. We can't you know, we can't live life we want. Which brings me to this quote I wrote down for you all. It's from Rumi, and he said, why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open? Why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open? It's so powerful. It's such a powerful quote because so many of us are in our own prison because we keep ourselves locked up there with the things that we think, with the stories we tell ourselves, with the beliefs that we have, and they keep us locked up from our potential and the things that we can make happen. We have to have the courage to get ourselves out of the prison. Who here resonates with that? Also, I was going to say, so there's been quite a few people, and I've seen this throughout the whole of the challenge, who are like, I just don't know what package I've got. And for any of you who are joining us live, sorry if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at the Facebook chat comments. But for any of you joining live now, how many of you feel like that? How many of you feel like, I just don't know what my package is? Because I was thinking, Gina, we could maybe like talk about this just a bit, because obviously we talk about how there's a package in every one of us, and I think when we talk about that, we mean our ideas, our knowledge, our experiences, the challenges we've overcome. And it's like, when you get into storytelling, for example, when you're building a business and you realize you need to have stories, and stories are really powerful. So many people think, I don't have a story, I'm really boring, like I don't have that incredible story like what she's got. And the truth is, we all have powerful stories. We're just not paying attention to them. So I feel like it would be good to shine a light on the fact that you do have so much within you to share. You think you don't, but you do. We've all got so much knowledge that we think everyone else just knows that. So how is it going to help anyone else? And we just overlook our own experiences and expertise, thinking that everyone else knows what we know. And it's just not true. So, if any of you have got specific questions on packages, like in terms of like you wouldn't know what to create, I just think it would be good even if we just took one person and just try to like work with her to like help her see
Yeah,
what,
fun.
yeah, just so because I just really want people to realize and to see that this isn't I can't think of the right word, but it's it's for real. Like this is for real. Like it's not a joke when we say there's a package inside everyone. You have ideas and knowledge and expertise and experiences that you can tap into to impact the lives of other people and to create so much success. That is a fact. It's not, there's not a question about it. And I want you to believe that. I want you to see for yourself that that is possible. And like what obviously Gina said before, part of the program is, you know, you don't have to worry about that. That's why Gina's there. That's why we're all there to help you, to pull this out of you. But I just want you to get you to that point where you believe. Teresa said, not sure if this is appropriate for my industry. Rafaela said, totally my problem, thinking everyone already knows.
Yeah, I can address Teresa. Not sure it's appropriate for your industry. It is appropriate for any service-based industry. If you are in a service-based industry, it is appropriate, and I will show you how. Other industries, there's more of a question mark. But if you're in a service-based industry, I can show you how.
So Janine said it's the high-end package I struggle with.
Okay, got it. So the thing that is exciting about packages is that the high-end ones are totally available. You know, you heard me talk about, you know, probably for some of you numbers that just seem like insane or impossible, because that's how I used to feel when my mentors would tell about their packages. Packages don't have to start at a high-end rate. But when a package is, if something is like putting you into shutdown, like I would go into shutdown if somebody invited me to a level 3 yoga class today. I would be like, it would be too hard, too much. I'm not ready for it. And so part of what I'm going to be doing in this program is really helping. I can read people's financial frequencies, and that's where I'm going to help you get the right price point for you. Aura's frequency was not, you know, I've talked about a $2,500 program. And you sell 4 of them, you get to a 10K month. That's cool, that's available. It wasn't the starting place for Aura, the flight attendant. When we put together the $1,500 package for her, and I knew she could step into it, but I also knew she needed to get warmed up first, which is why then I created with her the $99 package. So if anyone is like struggling thinking like, I wouldn't know what to do with a high-end package, then we're not going to start you there. Because I know that when we start you where you're at, you're going to take that first step. It's like me and my first one-day intensive. My first one-day intensive was $1,000, but my first session was $25. So I did the $25 sessions, then I did the $50 sessions, then I started creating, smaller packages, and then I've gotten to where I'm at. So I don't want anyone to feel crippled over a high-end package. We're gonna move you there because strength grows in increments.
I love that. And there's a couple of things. Mariana said, I'd love to get untangled. I feel like so many other people here are probably thinking the same thing. Kelly said, I think part of my hang up is that I've never believed in the true value of what I offer. So I blocked myself from being successful. I just want people to put hands up if you feel on some level this challenge, this struggle with you are struggling to see the way with this because you've got so many deep-rooted beliefs around that the fact that you don't think you have what you've got is valuable enough. You're not sure that you're good enough. And then this could also relate back to the idea or the paralyzing fear of actually putting something out there because you feel embarrassed, you feel like no one's going to buy, you feel like it's just a little bit crazy. I think that so many of us end up with these beliefs and these fears, and we let them dictate the decisions we make, and they hold us back. And yesterday in the live session I was saying we have to choose let me say this: don't make decisions based out of fear. It is not going to get you to the epic life. And sometimes making decisions based on, yesterday I talked about success is inevitable. Make decisions on that basis that success is going to be inevitable. If you made decisions where you believed success is inevitable, your decisions that you would make would be radically different, wouldn't they? Like if you think about your life and you made decisions on the basis success is inevitable, your life would up level, you would transform, it would be totally different. Like who here knows that is a fact? So why is it that when we get about our day-to-day lives we forget that completely and we start listening to the fears and we make decisions based out of fear? And it's just insane because like we end up then playing the small game, and this is it, like our one life to make it as amazing as possible. If we want the epic life, we have to make decisions based on this feeling that I can do this, success is inevitable. And the point is that even if we don't succeed the first time, or the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time, the journey that you go on when you follow your heart and you go all in after your dreams, the kind of person that you become, the way that you grow, that is life-changing in itself. And then you start to figure it out and put it all together, and you'll create so much success regardless. But we need to not be so afraid of like taking those risks and afraid that it might fail because I'm not good enough, because you are good enough for a start. Let me say that every single one of us here is good enough. We are all worthy of this. And I just think that
and I want to jump in on that, Carrie. It's just such a great point. You look at us today and you might think, even though we've said we didn't know what we were doing at the beginning, you might not believe us and you might think that we always did, or that there was something special in us, because it's really hard to see ourselves. But I'm going to tell you that when I got started, I was so codependent, which meant I was really invisible to myself, that like I could only see what other people wanted and be that person to them. So like the thought of like figuring out my ideal client or what I was going to offer in the world, let alone a package, let alone a price point, was just me like deer in headlights, staring at a blank screen. And I remember being at the seminars and I was like, but what's my thing? And like, what would I ever offer? And so if you are in that place, it's good to have the belief that you're meant for more. But I want you to know every module in this program, it's like, it's going to chip away at that block of marble. I'm going to help you get clear with it. And I always say, if you want the best personal development seminar on the planet, start your own business.
Yes.
Packages are the fastest way. And being a former psychotherapist, this isn't just a business program. Like, this isn't just like checklists and templates about building your business. Like, I'm going to help you get to know you, and then the world is going to get to know you. And that's a process, because I didn't just pop out of the box. Like, and some people do. Like, I think that Taylor Swift always knew she wanted to sing songs. There's some people that just like always knew what they were meant for. I was not one of those people. And it was quite a process of discovery. Now, I hope it doesn't need to take as long for you as it took for me. And that's why in these modules, you're going to see, remember when Kendall was going through the membership site, and you could see like there's journal exercises and there's workbooks, and there's all like what the process, one of the processes of helping you to get clear on your package is bringing out your story. And that happens right in module 1. So we're gonna be doing that in the first week. The A-List Accelerator, the Life Cleanse itself, it's gonna, like, everything I have in here, it's designed to help you get clear on who you are, what is unique and special about you, what your package would be. So if you've got those fears, that's okay. You just have to be willing to take the steps to become clear, and it's all laid out for you in this program.
Which is exciting. I can't wait to see all the amazing things that people achieve, and the transformations and the packages that are put together, and it's going to be so fun. I think it was nice to be supported in that safe space, surrounded by like-minded people on that journey with you, where, I don't know, we've all got each other's backs and we can all cheer each other on and give feedback.
Totally. Well, speaking of cheering on, Carrie and I have some exciting announcements to make. We've got scholarship winners. We've got a brand new bonus, and I have one more homework assignment for you as well. So shall we get to that part, Carrie?
Yes, definitely. Should we do the, what do you want to do first?
Let's do the scholarship winners for today first, shall we?
Okay, amazing. Okay, so first we've got 3 winners. So this is for any one of you who've completed all the homework assignments so far. So the first partial scholarship winner is Susan Clark. How exciting! Congratulations.
Clark, congratulations is right.
Your team leader is Abigail Weidman. So yes, if you get in touch, then you get all that set up. Okay, so our next partial scholarship winner is Michelle Bellhartz. I hope I pronounced that right.
Congratulations, Michelle.
Yes, congratulations. And your team leader is also Abigail. So yeah, so exciting. Okay, so now for the full scholarship winner. It is Jessa Johnson. Woohoo! Your team leader is Christy Pratt. So if you get in touch with your team leaders, they will be able to give you all the info and sort that out. It's so exciting.
They're live. Yeah, so drop a note in the chat. Let us know you're here, or contact your team leader. Congratulations to you all for doing all of the homework assignments. Way to show up. And, we've been talking so much about mindset. Are you familiar with hypnotherapy? I know Marissa Peer is very famous with the hypnotherapy in all over the world, but particularly from the UK. And someone who trained with her is a very good friend of mine. Her name is Gina Hemmings, and she's an incredible hypnotherapist. And if you're not familiar with hypnotherapy, it's kind of like a guided meditation process to help you visualize your success. And so for anyone who signs up today and for the next 24 hours, Gina is going to do this incredible group meditation that you're going to be able to put like on replay over and over to literally program your mind for success. We know we've talked about brain training. We haven't gone super in depth with it, but Gina's going to come on. She's going to talk about hypnotherapy, and it's this incredible bonus for you that Carrie and I just really wanted to make sure that we're supplying you with just the total transformation suite, like everything in the program, plus these bonuses that are going to support you in getting your breakthroughs and getting your success. So get yourself registered. Go to, I think the link is divineliving.com/perfectly packaged. You'd think I'd know that by now.
It is that link.
Okay.
That is it.
divineliving.com/perfectly packaged. For those of you who have moved yourself from whatever number to a 10 today, realizing that queens make great decisions for themselves, and that getting out of the money struggle, it's a decision. It's a choice. And for all of us, it has taken that leap of faith. And remember, you're going to write, queens make great decisions for themselves. And every woman lives a package. And being in this beautiful community over the night. I mean, look at what you get when we just kind of pop up and do these bonuses. Imagine getting twice a week support over the next 10 weeks. You're not going to be the same by the end of this year. You're going to have you're going to know what your package is. You're going to know how to make money. Anytime you want to go make money, you're going to get that package out there. You're going to have your sales page done. You're going to know who your ideal client is. Like all of this, for those of you who are joining, it's done. It's done. This system works. You saw Marie Claire, you saw Kate Taylor, you've seen coaches, you've seen so many examples of women who didn't know what they were doing at the beginning. And by the end of the 10 weeks, knew, were selling packages, and just literally changed their own lives. So if that's for you, go to divineliving.com/perfectly packaged, get yourself registered, because that A-List Accelerator, it prepares you for the program that starts Monday. So I want to make sure that you get that instantly. So go jump in right now. And then the homework assignment for today, I think I'm going to base it on what we talked about here. For those of you who qualify yourself as you have decided that it is a must for you to end your money struggle, and you have identified yourself as being an indecision, I want you to write out what the number is, where you're at a 6 or an 8 or whatever it is, and what is in between the number that you're at and the 10. What's in between you, where you're at now, and actually making a decision, and be specific with it. And then work your process and reach out and take action and work with your team leader. But I think that just identifying the number that you're at and where you need to be to get your breakthrough, to get your freedom, is worthy of a homework assignment. So do that today, and same rules apply. We'll be sending out emails to recap all of this, so everything will be super clear for you. And continue to take the action, continue to show up, continue to be here, and get yourself to your freedom, which is a decision one way or another.
Exciting. I can't wait. It was fun. It's fun coming and hanging out with you all for this. I loved it.
Yes. Love seeing all this chat activity as well. So if there's any maybe leave a final comment in the chat, because I've got some things to do now, but I'm gonna come back and read them. Like, what's the number one thing takeaway you got from the time here today? I'm curious as to this content on transforming your money story and getting great at making a decision for yourself. Whatever that decision is, what's the number one takeaway you got from our time today? Would love to see that in the chat. And then go do your assignment. And if you're clear that you have made a decision and that the money struggle is over for you, and that there's no more excuses. You're not going to say it's because of your kids. You're not going to say you don't want to use a credit card. You're not going to say that you don't have the time. That was a fun one. And I was like, what do you mean you don't have the time? You spent an hour a day with us every day last week. This program doesn't even require that much. So you've already put in the time. So it's no time excuse. No, I'm the money excuse, because you've got to get that money breakthrough. What other excuses are we saying? No, like there's not a package in me. You already know that there is. I'm going to help you find that. So queens don't make excuses. And if you're just done with the excuses and done with the drama and done with telling yourself that you're not special and done telling yourself that you don't have the money, then go get yourself registered, because that action will inform the universe that your epic life starts now.
Exciting.
Totally. All right, my loves, we're going to take off for today, but leave your comments here. We love reading them. Go do your homework assignment and come join us in the program if you've made your decision that that's right for you. Lots of love.
Bye, everyone.